Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So God is close to those that are vulnerable, especially as children that are in vulnerable places, having vulnerable experiences. He's close to us. He knows that we are depending on Him more so now than ever, because we are on a trust and a faith walk with Him, meaning that God is telling us everything's all right, everything's okay, even when it looks in our eyes, in our minds and thoughts that things are not okay, things are not all right. We can be in an environment where we know nobody, and we're depending on God to come through for things that we need. And it could even be God saying, you know what? Ask this person to do this for you. And we're kind of like, God, are you sure? It's like, yeah, I'm sure. Ask them. And that person that we ask might say no, or they can't do it, or they may even say, yes, I can do it. Let's go for it. I got you taken care of. Don't worry about it. One of the worst things that a person can actually do to us God is telling me to say it. One of the worst things that a person can do to us is ignore us. Act as if they do not hear us calling them. Being ignored. That's one of the worst things that you can do, is to ignore one of God's children that He directed to you to be a blessing. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt me, no. But it angers God. You see, a lot of His chosen children do not have friends, because we can't have friends. We don't have relationships with a lot of our parents, family members. We don't. A lot of those relationships were ended because we found out the truth, and God actually showed us the truth about those friendships, those relationships, and those connections, and we released them. We did as God asked us to do. So even though we may be by ourselves, we're never alone, because God walks with us. God is in the passenger seat next to us. God is our ride or die. But when He asks us to reach out to someone and we're ignored, God also wants me to emphasize that there's no threat in me speaking this truth. It's a promise. No threats here. It's a promise. And this is not to try to force anybody to do something that God has not called them to do. This is letting you know that there are indeed consequences for your actions and your behaviors out here in this world, even when you think or believe that there are none. I've said this before, that everybody has choices. Your choice. Your choice to help, your choice not to help. Your choice to listen, your choice not to listen. Your choice to be a blessing, your choice not to be a blessing. Your choice to ignore, your choice to take action. It's no laughing matter. It really is not a laughing matter. I don't find any pleasure or joy in sharing the consequences of people's behaviors, but I'm sharing it with you so that you are well aware. There will come a day when you will cry out to God for a blessing or cry out to God for help, and He's not going to hear you because you didn't hear someone that He had to ask you for help. I just got chills. I'm gonna be alright. I am alright. I'm okay. I already told you what it was, what it is, and how it's going to be. God is my ride or die. God's got me no matter what. Meaning that if one person says no, the next 3, 4, 5 people can say yes. And bless me with what it is that I need. You think just because one person said no, that that's going to stop God from blessing me with what I need? You think because one person ignored me, that that's going to stop God from being a blessing and or sending the person that's not going to ignore me? No. All it does is show God where your heart is at, your intentions, your attitude, your behavior, all of that. And it's going to let God know, okay, all right, you don't want to? No problem. I know somebody that will. But just remember, and that's the problem that people have, is that they don't remember until God reminds them. Until God reminds them, hey, you remember that young lady in the Starbucks parking lot that called out to you and you acted like you didn't hear her, and you had your food in hand getting into your truck? You shut that door, drove off, went on about your day. Do you know? I sent the person to bless her since you didn't want to. But not only that, the reason why you're dealing with what you're dealing with right now is because you ignored her. The reason why you're questioning why something hasn't happened is because I'm not allowing it to happen. Because just like you ignored her, I'm ignoring you. Just like you didn't bless her, I'm not blessing you. Yeah, that young lady that called out to you, if you knew everything that she'd been through in the past 3 years, if you only knew, you would have been a blessing to her. So for you, at the time, it was another day in paradise for you, right? But for her, she was on a walk with me, trusting, keeping the faith. And you didn't bless her. That could have made her doubt my promise to her. Thankfully, it did not, because I've come through for her in many other ways. This is not a game. This is not a game. It's not a joke. Do not play with God. Because it will be one day you will be crying out to God for help, crying out to God for a blessing, crying out to God for a miracle, crying out to God to come through and give you peace of mind when you're going through something and you're not sure how you're going to make it through. God will bring to your remembrance times where you could have been a blessing, you could have helped somebody else, and you chose to ignore, you chose to decline, you chose to be a bully, asshole, jerk, bitch, cunt, whatever word you want to use. It's not a game. As I said, I'm going to be all right. God has already taken me through the fire. I'm coming out right now as I speak. Even though I don't see how it's going to happen, God is taking me through there, bringing me out of it. I've overcome. Even if I don't see it all how it's going to work out, I just know it's going to work out. I'm safe in God's arms. God's got me covered, protected, left, right, front, center, back, over, under. He's got me fully protected and covered. And I'm thankful. A lot of y'all need to be thankful and grateful that you're not in positions that you could definitely be in right now. I'm going to leave it at that. Gotta go.